Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining TestFlix 2022. Welcome to our session, Applying Poka-yoke in Software Testing. My name is Prashant Hegde.
And I'm Mahathee.
Today, we are here to discuss an interesting yet informative topic called as Poka-yoke and how you can apply it in your day-to-day testing. I know Poka-yoke sounds like a jargon, but we are here to simplify it for you. Poka-yoke basically means error-proofing or mistake-proofing in Japanese. But more about Poka-yoke throughout this session. First, let us understand what is Poka-yoke and why you as a tester should care about Poka-yoke. Customer experience is no longer a luxury, but it's rather a necessity for organizations. Because a good customer experience is what separates a good organization from a mediocre one. Creating good experiences is the key for customer adoption, retention, and satisfaction. Today, testers need to do much more than testing. Testers, as customer advocate, need to go the extra mile to deliver the world-class customer experience.
As testers, mostly we focus on finding bugs and testing the functionality of a software. We fail to focus on our customer pain points or address them. Our focus should basically be not only on finding bugs, but to deliver a world-class customer experience. So learning and implementing Poka-yoke with software testing will help us prevent these issues and address that customer experience part. Implementing Poka-yoke will also add great value to your organization and aid that process of developing a world-class product. By the end of this session, you will basically be adding a wonderful technique to your testing toolkit. And also, in addition, we would be delivering 5 UX lessons.
So, what is Poka-yoke? As I told you earlier, Poka-yoke is a Japanese term for the word mistake proofing. Shigeo Shingo, a manufacturing quality expert at Toyota, introduced this term for the first time in the 1960s. Poka-yoke is a lean manufacturing technique that aims to prevent defects from occurring at the first place. The goal of Poka-yoke is to make it impossible to make human errors, which can lead to improved quality and reliability. Basically, Poka-yoke aims to prevent defects by finding and eliminating the mistakes at source. Let's look at an example. The electrical appliances that you use on a day-to-day basis have Poka-yoke features in them, which make it safe and convenient to use. Your household appliances such as washing machines, microwave ovens cannot be started until their door is closed. This is done on a purpose to avoid risks associated with the machines running with the open door. The door is locked while the machines operate, making it impossible for the users to start or operate these machines without shutting the doors, thereby preventing the mistakes that can be caused by the user. Let's look at one more example. What happens when a lift is overloaded? The lift does not operate. The lift will operate only when one of the passengers move out of the lift and the weight is reduced. This Poka-yoke feature ensures that safety of the passengers is not compromised and prevents any risks that may happen because of the overloading of the lifts. Modern cables and connectors fit only in their respective slots with precision so that users do not connect the wrong cables in the wrong places. The Poka-yoke design in these plugs ensure that there is only one possible way of plugging. You cannot use it in a wrong way, which can lead to problems. Does mistake proofing apply only to manufacturing? No. Manufacturing has influenced many software development practices, processes, and ideas. Let's look at an example of Poka-yoke or error proofing in software. The excellent example of Poka-yoke in software design is a delete confirmation pop-up. This is preventing you from deleting records or files because of a human error. Now let us learn the 5 error-proofing lessons which can elevate your customer experience to a whole new level. Why should you learn this as a tester is because many times the product and the design might not always think about the users. unlike you. So you as a tester can add much more value to your organization by thinking about your users and how you can prevent them from making expensive mistakes. We believe that rather than discussing theory, it's better to discuss examples that will make it easier for you to absorb these lessons. So let us begin. Lesson 1. To prevent errors, you need to anticipate and mitigate them. Good design is something that makes it hard to make mistakes. On the other hand, a bad design makes it too easy for the users to get into trouble. We cannot assume that people will always use our product or our software in a way that is intended. As a tester, you must anticipate mistakes that users are likely to make and have measures to avoid them. Let's look at an example. Twitter and many other social media platforms prevent you from trying to register with an already registered email. Twitter does not let you proceed with the registration process if your email is already taken. Let's look at another example. All the flight booking applications prevent you from booking a flight for a past date. All the date pickers in the user interface will gray out the past dates and make it impossible for you to book a flight for a past date. These examples might look simple, but think about the consequences if these things were not in place. Let's look at one more example. Ordering shoes or apparel online with the wrong size is an hassle that nobody wants to get into. Nobody enjoys returning the items that they have ordered. Myntra, for example, has a Poka-yoke mechanism that does not let you add an item to the cart unless you select a size. That's great because some of the e-commerce websites I have used will let you add products to the cart with the default size in place, which can cause problems later if you are not very careful. Amazon's Poka-yoke mechanism is simple yet effective. Amazon recommends the right size to be picked based on your past purchases. If you observe, there are Poka-yoke mechanisms all around us, although we may have not noticed it. The next lesson is always prevent users from making costly mistakes. As a tester, help develop a design that safeguards users from making costly mistake at all times. When you are adding a pay to transfer money from your account to your pays account, you are asked to enter the account number twice. And most banking applications mask the text that you enter in the account number field, and they force you to type the account number again without referring to what was entered earlier. They also prevent you from pasting the account number twice. This is because of the intention to eliminate the risk of transferring the amount to an incorrect user or an incorrect account number. Similarly, imagine losing all your connections, messages, photos on your favorite social media platform. Many people find it scary. Most social media applications prompt you to delete, to confirm deleting your account, because deleting your account is a big deal. This is another good example of error proofing. Since it's impossible for you to type delete accidentally, these applications prompt you to type delete when you're making a destructive activity like deleting your account. This way, users are protected from losing their data by pressing a single button. Let's look at another example. Imagine applying for a job via email and forgetting to add your CV or your attachment. How embarrassing is that? Gmail's Poka-yoke saves you from this embarrassment. Gmail alerts you when you missed adding an attachment. Gmail scans the text of your outgoing message and looks for commonly used words like attached, attachments, PFA, and things like that. So thoughtful, right? So this is what separates outstanding applications from the mediocre ones. The applications that think about the users, their problems, and the possible mistakes that they can make are the ones that stand out from the rest. My daughter Sanvika plays a lot of games on my mobile phone.
Hi. Siri, Sanvika, hi.
In-app purchases made by toddlers and kids have frequently appeared in the news, generating big bills on parents' credit cards. My 3-year-old daughter also plays some educational games on my phones. And I have been very careful about the games that I install for her, because many toddler games that I have installed have a mechanism that prevents accidental purchases within the game. Thanks to these, that I'm not in the news. Despite of their simplicity, these designs that you see on the screen work really well because toddlers have less developed logical skills and they rely on visuals for their selection. These designs have saved customers like me from getting a shock at the end of the month when they check their credit card statement. Let's move to the next lesson.
Lesson 3. When appropriate, autocorrect foreseeable mistakes. The users of your software will always make mistakes. A good design will autocorrect them. For example, I was trying to download a YouTube video. I pasted the link of the video in the application and clicked on download. I was unable to download the video. I also tried pasting the same link in another application and click on download. I was able to download this video seamlessly and have a great experience. I realized that I had omitted https://. In the first application, the application did not bother to correct it, whereas in the second application, the application auto-corrected. Most modern day browsers have the Poka-yoke technique implemented as a part of them. These might seem small enhancements, but small things lead to big differences. In order to create a world-class experience, attention to detail is very important. Small flaws made me to abandon this application. Similarly, when booking a flight, the auto-suggest feature helps us to find a place or city even though we make spelling mistakes. Also, in case of text editors, the autosave feature helps us not to lose any kind of data if we accidentally close our applications or if the application gets closed due to connectivity issues. Lesson 4. Provide a safety net for unconscious errors. Poka-yoke technique helps to eliminate the defect at source or find the defect and correct it. A good design will forgive the user mistakes and put them back to track whenever needed. An example of this is the undo feature that's available in most applications, including Gmail. So undo is a very safety and a useful feature. It's a counter for errors. It makes the users convinced that although they make mistakes, they can be corrected. Similarly, we have something called as persist undo that is present in some applications, where a user has to explicitly click on the undo or the close button. The Poka-yoke technique can help prevent this user data loss disaster. Lesson 5 is the Jacob Nielsen's usability heuristic. Even better than a good error message is a careful design. A user is trying to upload a file. He chooses a file type and clicks on upload. There's no kind of a message as to what is the supported file type or what are the file types that are not supported. Post uploading, he gets a message saying that it's an unsupported file type or format. The user thinks if he would have got this message a few moments earlier, it would have saved his time. An enhancement to this would be a text message indicating the supported and unsupported file formats. Users these days face a lot of information overload, and as a result of this, they fail to read or observe the messages that are on the screen. So applying Poka-yoke to your design helps the user from making such kind of mistakes in the first place. It would help the user as the user will be only selecting the supported file types in the first place. So a thoughtful design is always better than a good error message. I hope you liked the lessons we shared. So Poka-yoke is basically an attitude or a mindset that every member of your team should adapt to. While developing a great product, our focus should be on empathizing with the users of our product.
There are instances wherein small design changes led to huge conversions or increased the revenue of the company drastically. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I also hope that you put all your learnings to practice. Thank you so much, Test Drive, for giving us this opportunity to share our thoughts. Here are the social media handles of me and Mahathee. Please do connect with us. Thank you. We will see you again next year.
Thank you and bye.
Bye.